Hey everybody, how y'all doing today? Out here doing a little work on the spoons. Hope everybody doing okay. Been working on the spoon bowl quite a bit here. Eric, what's up? How you doing, man? Good to see you. All right, working on the spoon bowl this morning. Got it down to a pretty good depth and hogging it off. And when I first started, it was about like this. So we're getting there. Happy Friday. So everything going good in your part of the world, man? The old hook knife. Take it off a little bit at a time so I don't go too far. Yeah, still got a good bit of meat in there, so we got ways we can dig on down. Happy Friday, yes. This time yesterday it was like 71, 72 degrees Fahrenheit. Now it's like 48 Fahrenheit. Pretty day. We're in that time of the year here in coastal Virginia where it can swing real wild, man. Unbelievably wild in just a handful of hours and stuff. Yeah, I find this to be very relaxing. I sure do. Well, I see we got like 6 people in the room. Doing good today. We'll spend a bit of time here in the shed today, and then we'll get back outside and do some more outside chores. All right. Let's see. Let's work on go this way a little bit. There's a dog out there barking and hunting. Probably a squirrel, possum, or something. I don't know. All right. Still got a nice piece of meat just to go in there. This bowl's gonna be kind of deep, narrow, but that is what the wood gave us this time. A lot of damage out beyond this, so we had to kind of modify the design some. Okay. Got about 25 people in the room. We are digging a spoon bowl out with a hook knife. This is an old piece of, I think this was peach. And another hunk of it that we can work on, reduce the weight and design and stuff. And this one is almost dried. Really took out a really neat color. The best wood to use for spoons. Well, I have found that apple and cherry and the fruit woods like that really come out with the neatest colors. But let me show you something here so you can get an idea of what things, this is maple, like spalted maple. See the black lines through there? And all that is where an insect crawled through there and deposited, itself, and then bacteria developed and funguses, and it's laid in contact with the ground for a really long time. Let's see here. Let's give you another example of what you can do. I mean, everything that I've used, I pick up right around the property line here in the woods and stuff like that. And here's a piece of maple coffee scoop. See here, another one. This one really came out good. I believe this was nectarine wood here. And we got stuff like this. Let's see here. Have you ever seen those like a burl on the side of a tree? It looks like a big old wart, big old blister. Well, that's a burl with some spalt and everything else in it, and carved it down into a blank. Of course, it needs to get a lot of bulk taken off of it. But I tell you, any wood that you can find, retirement day is good to see you. All right, so I really wouldn't say there's the perfect wood. I prefer to use seasoned wood because to me it has more character. You get green wood and you'll see those videos where they're shaving it off, looks like it's butter. But to me, the green wood really doesn't have any color to it. It kind of looks all pale and stuff. Sorry about that. Sound like the airport is alive and well over across the way out there. But you can see where this particular tree, it had like a limb coming out here, and you can see where it looked like a crack had developed and it healed itself. Once we get it all sanded down and shaped and stuff, it'll be totally different. All right, we got 17 people in the room. Hope everybody's doing good on this Friday. It is 10:03 a.m. here in coastal Virginia, East Coast USA. Visionary Vibes, good to see you, man. How's everything in your neck of the woods? Sitting there just doing a little spoon work on the bowl here, using a hook knife, and spent a little time in the shed here this morning, and then get out and do some more outside stuff and everything. Nice brisk morning here. And like I said, it is about 10:03, 10:04 a.m. Friday morning. Okay, let's take this out. That way you bring it up to the camera and you can see. I don't know if you can tell the depth of something. And still got some meat. It's quarter of an inch, so it's still take it down a good bit. Let's see, we got our detail knife here, smaller blade. Yeah, you see, at some point in time, like maybe a crack had developed, and the tree had healed itself, and then you had like it was like a river changing course right in there. All right. Hopefully the noise isn't too bad for you. Good grief. Kiki, how are you? Good to see you. How's everything in your part of the world? Once this gets all dried up and shaped and stuff, it really can look pretty nice. Let's see here. All right, we got about 28 people in the room. I appreciate y'all spending a little bit of time with me this morning, and I just like working on turning pieces of wood into spoons. I find it to be very relaxing. And these are sanding blocks. You can get them in different grits. Just like anything else, you get them from Walmart, Amazon. Amazon probably be your best bet, but you can cut them to shape, wash them off, and they'll last a long time. Okay, got 33 people in the room. Well, hopefully everybody can enjoy their Friday and everything is a-okay in your part of the world and everything. It's a brisk day here. It got up to like 73 Fahrenheit yesterday, and then we had storms pop through last night. And now it's a brisk morning, about, I don't know, 46, 47, 48 degrees Fahrenheit. So it's not too bad. But Files, how are you doing? Good to see you. The way that sound is out there, you can sure tell it's Friday around here. It sounds like everybody's out doing their thing and stuff. Okay, let's take a look at the bowl again here. All right, let's kind of gauge it. We've got about yay much, something like that. Even if you did break through, I have a few tricks that will patch the hole up, but I really don't know what kind of style of spoon you call this. I guess you could use it for soup or a scoop or something. So it sounds like somebody's going somewhere by the jet noise out there. Tucker and I, man, how's everything in your part of the world, man? A sunshiny but brisk day here in coastal Virginia. Yeah, it's really gonna be some neat grain and texture colors and everything up in here on this one. All right. Make sure that I have acknowledged everybody that's in here. Visionary Vibes, Kiki, Bud Files, Tucker and I, Odar. Okay. Tell you what, man, this took some doing to cut this right here, man. Yeah, sure did. But that's all right. I am a Dutch Kiwi. Oh, awesome. Yeah, yeah. I was just watching one of your videos a little earlier. I sure was. Good to see you. Hope everything is all right in your part of the world. I am in coastal Virginia, USA. You look at your map, you locate Norfolk, Virginia. Look right across the harbor there. You'll see Newport News, and that is where I am from. All right. Tucker and I, we are having a roller coaster of warm and cold. Yeah, it's the same here, man. It has gone from yesterday was one of them kind of days where you did a little bit and you felt like your tongue was dragging on the ground, and it's super muddy. Um, in the shady spots, it still hadn't dried up from that big 10, 12 inches worth of snow we had last week. So, yeah, it's kind of messy too. Let's see here. I'm a Dutch Kiwi. Says I've still got a woodwork piece that my uncle had many, many years ago. Lovely that you make this one. It'll be much love. Well, I appreciate that so much. I really do. I do it for enjoyment. I seen in somebody, one of the channels from Canada, hit it right on the head yesterday and said that after 40 years of work and now he gets to spend some time in his workshop and shed and working on this and the other thing. It's such a change, and that's how I feel. Italian bushcraft cooking, good to see you. All right, Bay. All right, you finally caught one. Yeah, I try to come out here 2-3 times a week on Monday through Friday, and then the weekends I just do other things and stuff. And y'all from Arizona, right? If I remember correctly. All right, let's get our hook knife, and I see a little high spot right there. Yeah. Okay. Let's take a look here. Yes, that's from Arizona. All right. My assumption that you probably are kind of warm today. I believe you could stand right here with me. You'd probably need your jacket. You probably would be. Or this time yesterday, it was like I was telling everybody it was like 73 degrees, and but today it dropped, and then tomorrow it's supposed to be warm, and like Tucker and I was like saying it's just up and down, muddy, messy, and some of the trees are starting to bud up a bit, but still a touch early for something like that to happen. When did you discover your passion for carving and all things wood? Well, I'll be 65 in November, and the very first interaction I ever had with doing stuff like this was about 1965-ish. I was 5 years old. I had a great uncle, lived up in about 50, 60 miles from here, but it, out in the boonies for all intents and purposes. And this is what he did. You know, he was an older fellow, retired, and worked in the shop. He made spoons and rifle barrel butts, or the butts of rifles and stuff like that. So I guess it's probably where I got the bug. In all those years, working, always thought about doing stuff like this, and just you work a bit, stop a bit. Uh, you get a piece of wood and it doesn't quite work out, breaks, and you get another one or everything. And it's like this one here. I've been working on this little pocket camping spoon. And one of my favorite things to make, though, is like your coffee scoops. Yeah. This is one of the ones that I really turned out cool. I like this particular style. Really had a nice sheen to it. All right. Let's see here. But yeah, that's where I really discovered it. So 1965-ish, I guess, something like that. I'll tell you what, I'm not everybody else, but you know how when you get to the end of the year, you need your 1099 from YouTube and stuff. I'll tell you what, man. The last couple weeks, I've been going round and round and round. The page that you need to get to kept coming up a 404, 403 error and stuff like that. Finally we got it figured out this morning and got that printed out. But I don't mind telling you, that was a task. Arm Bay says it was 89 yesterday. It's only going to reach 83. Ooh, wow. We are getting up in that time of the year here in Virginia. You get where the temperatures will swing real wild, and you get severe thunderstorms and tornadoes and stuff like that, and it'll get so dark. It'll be 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and it'll be like dark. The street lights will turn on, and it'll boo. National Weather Service out of Wakefield, Virginia, has issued a severe thunderstorm warning, tornado warning, but we're in that time of the year. It's starting to get to. It could bounce anywhere from, I think they said, not tomorrow night, Sunday, the high temperature is supposed to be not even freezing. Where yesterday it was like 73 Fahrenheit. Today it's like, coming about, 47, 48 right now. Sun's out, few clouds. But, let's see here. Okay, let's take it out like this, and then we'll bring it around. That way we can kind of keep things even. Get into this, so these hook knives, keep them sharp, but just keep in mind you need to kind of keep your finger away from the business end, because if it pinches it, I don't mind telling you, you definitely need to go probably to the emergency room. Don't put too much torque on it, just let your wrist kind of spin around. Don't force it, just kind of apply gentle pressure. Okay, let's take a look at the screen and make sure that we've answered everybody. next camping trip, we are going to try to get out there Sunday night and do some stuff because it's supposed to be really cold. And I've been cutting a bunch of kindling and stuff like that, and we can go across the way out there over in the woods. So that's our hopes anyway. I was looking at the long range forecast, and we're going to go up and down, up and down, up and down. And then Wednesday, Thursday, Friday of next week, they're talking about a lot of storms, a lot of rain. So we'll see. Nancy, good to see you. Cup of coffee looks good, doesn't it? Yeah. All right. But yeah, probably Sunday night, I'm thinking. It's just, everything is so muddy. We had that 10, 12 inches of snow last week. Then we had about an inch and no, I'm telling you wrong. Probably a third of an inch of rain last night. But it started to firm up, and then we got more rain, and now we got more coming. But I think we could find us a dry spot over yonder. That's where I usually find a lot of the wood. Over there, and then one day we'll do a live, and we'll just walk around the property, and I'll show you the fruit trees and all that, and the willow trees and maples and stuff like that. And when something falls, I'll take it, let it season itself out, and you put a big log or limb or something like that, you put it over in the other shed that I've got. It's like one of plastic sheds, and it gets really hot. Even on a cool day, it gets really hot in there, and it sucks that moisture right out of it. And then you bring it over here to the wooden shed, and the humidity's a little bit more different story. A lot of times I'll start working on something and have to stop because it will just literally, be tearing things apart. Yeah, it's looking pretty good. All right, let's take our little thing here. Knock some of these hot spots down. We're in there pretty good now. Still got plenty of meat. Get down there some more. We'll take this guy out and show you. And like most spoons, how it shallows itself out, we'll do the same thing. We'll kind of cut some of this out and sand it down where it's, unless you wanted to use this as like a scoop or something like that. You tried to navigate that to your mouth, you'd probably bump into your teeth. It may sound silly, but the best way to get a feel for a spoon, that you're carving or designing is to actually put it in your hand and bring it to your mouth, and see whether it works, because if you can't, you have to open up your mouth in some unnatural way, to accommodate what you're making. Maui Howie, good to see you. All right, Thailand, right? I hear birds aplenty out there, man. It sounds like crows and woodpecker. Yeah, I see some crows out there. Sure enough. Big old crow, too. Alright. So how's everything in your neck of the woods, man? Okay, let's take this out and take our detail knife and kind of flatten the ends out and the edges, and if I finally get this thing down to size, it's and really final sanded and stuff, it's really going to have some neat colors in it. You see here, I need to kind of take this down, adjust it, kind of has a little crook to it. Okay, we got about 12 people in the room. Got 9 thumbs up. I appreciate it, man. All right. So, what y'all's big plans for the weekend? Anything good, great? Any videos coming out that you want to share with everybody? Bay, you make me hungry every time I watch your videos. Awesome. You know, really enjoy watching it. I sure do. I have a video coming out tomorrow. I don't really ever heard of the dual burner BRS 32 stoves. We're gonna use been using it for a while, and we're gonna give it another test and a demonstration. So I'm always amazed at the beauty of a simple piece of wood, the patterns, the color. It really is. I mean, you can sit there and hold a piece of wood up, and it's like this big old hunk of burl, the spalt, and you know that it came from a big old wart-looking feature on the side of a tree, you know, up about 30, 40 feet that you probably walked by a dozen times. Wow, look at that. And then we cut it out when that tree came down, and I still got a bunch of it sitting out there. And I just brought it down to what I call blank size, and this will be one of the projects that we take on here in a couple weeks or so. I want to finish out some things. And one of the most unusual ones recently was this guy. And it appeared that something was inside of the tree, like bits of metal or something. And it kind of like rusted or grew right in it. And then it looked like something else, a different type of a tree or something tried to grow right here. And it was a really unique grain to it. Almost like it was, I don't know, real unusual. Simple Southern Garden. Good to see you, man. Oh, yeah, thank you so much. Watch. Oh, absolutely, man. I'll tell you. There's like 3 or 4 channels that I watch quite often that do a lot of cooking. What's that one? My Old Lady's Cooking Channel. Yeah, MOLC. Yeah, that's always some good stuff. And then we got folks that do a lot of cast iron cooking and stuff. Yeah, we are going to be making chocolate chip cookies on the channel this week. Ooh, awesome! That sounds good to me. Yeah. Oh yeah, I know Disco Bob. Y'all ever watch Disco Bob? He's always testing on all these different candies and snacks and stuff. And I think he put one up yesterday. Milky Way was having its 100-year anniversary. I think last month or something like that. But then I wanted to say it was a Wendy's that had the Girl Scout Thin Mint Frosties. Yeah. So if y'all get a chance, check out Disco Bob. Disco Bob. Bob is a good fellow. Always commenting and sharing and everything. right. Let's see here. You can see, like you were talking about how like wood, it'll tell you a story. And it looks at, like I said, at one point in time there was a crack, and then water or something got in it, and then maybe it froze, and it's like this thing over here. This is the most airiest spalted wood project spoon I think I've ever seen. It was like almost like a colony of insects had lived up in there. But it's a pretty nice spoon. Oh yeah, here's a coffee scoop that I started on the other day, but the wood was so wet, so moist inside, I'm gonna have to let it get it dry. And this was caused by the hook knife. I have this is known as a Sloyd knife. It's got a bigger blade. We have different size gouges that you can kind of really get a nice smooth finish to it. A little wire brush here. It helps clean things out. All right, let's see here. Oh, beautiful. All right, what's your favorite meal to cook when you are camping? Well, we've done every sort of possible type of U.S. military MRE over the years. But to tell you the truth, I like doing things from scratch. And I use that Coleman oven quite a bit. um, the easiest things to do are, like chilies and soups and stuff. Especially if you're in the tent, you're using the tent stove. But gosh, we've cooked pizza, uh, lasagna, roast. What else? Hamburgers. Even have used some of the frozen meals that Gordon Ramsay puts out, and Yellowstone. We've done some of that. So yeah, we've done a little bit of everything over the years. A lot of times, if my wife overcooks, or we have some left over, I'll take that with me and just put it in the pan and warm it up on the stove. Yeah, this should be pretty cool, man. It really is. You have been noticing a lot of our friends down in Australia and stuff, being in the Southern Hemisphere, they're getting ready to come to, the hot weather's getting ready to end for them, and they'll slide into fall and stuff, or we'll slide into spring, and it'll be our turn to, feel like we're in the blast furnace. Really cool. Let's take a look. Need to come up with a neat little curve in here, I think. Just a process. Just enjoy doing what you do. Just barely you get in there. That's why they call it detail knife, because you're really just attending to the details. You don't want to hog off, and when you're carving something like that, you really don't want to put a whole lot of pressure anyway, because you end up, cutting yourself, whatnot. You can have these kind of gloves on. I generally do not use them because to me it makes it, I don't know, feel like kind of slippy. If you ever get into, like this kind of spoon work and stuff, don't let the initial size and bumps and then all that kind of stuff, dissuade you from finishing it, because it's just all part of the process, and you just eventually you'll come down with something that what they say, beauty is in the eyes of the beholder, and you're the one carving it and everything. This was a pretty cool spoon. This is one that we worked on a good bit ago, but I kind of like to call this one the kid's spoon. Nice, deep, broad mouth. They're hard too, light. Yeah, this was a piece of wood that was found in the back of the yard back there. Let's see, DC Outdoors. What's up, man? How is everything up there in the Northland? Happy Friday. Got any videos coming out or anything you want to tell everybody? Feel free to do so. Simple Southern Garden. I appreciate that so much. Yep, don't be bashful. All good up here in Alberta, Canada. Temps this afternoon again are above freezing. Yay. It was like summer compared to a few weeks ago. Yeah. We don't get anything quite like that here. As a matter of fact, nowhere near like that. I think the lowest temperature I've seen this winter was 9 Fahrenheit. And yesterday it was 73 Fahrenheit. Today it's 47 Fahrenheit. And then tomorrow's supposed to be a little warm, but then Sunday it's supposed to drop out and it won't even break freezing. So, yes, we have had an awful lot of snow this year. We had 4 snows, and the first 3 were kind of like teasers. You'd get like 2 inches, 3 inches, 1 inch, but as that last one developed, they would talk about the sweet spot was going to be Southeast Virginia, Northeast North Carolina, and they hit it right on the head. Yeah, weird weather, definitely. And it's like mud everywhere. I mean, the ground had been frozen for a good while, and now it's releasing itself, all this moisture and stuff. And it's not going to be a lot longer. We're going to start having mosquitoes and ticks and all manner of little bug gnats and everything. We come prepared here in the workshop. Yes, we do. I got a fan over here in the corner, and I'll close the door, and it'll blow around. Scrap Bust Outdoors, we've had a lot of snow here in West Virginia. I know you guys have. If we've had it here in Eastern Virginia, you know, y'all be like, yeah, hold my beer. Yeah, absolutely, man. Yeah. But at this present moment, it is, let's see what the thermometer says over here. It's saying 48 Fahrenheit, 78% humidity, which is not surprising since we're right here on the ocean. All right. Yeah, feel free to interact with each other and invite each other to your channels and everything. Yeah, definitely gonna be a pretty cool design or markup in there. Yep. Okay. All right, we have 14 people in the room, 11 likes. I appreciate it. I certainly do. Yeah, I have to turn it around like this, and you can see right here where it looks like there was a void that got created by a bug or something. And them came out right in here. Pretty cool. Okay. Well, the airport's pretty active over there this morning. Alright, do you have any other talents or hobbies that we don't know about? Well, you know, I like to do bird stuff and stuff like that. I really enjoy coming out in the evening and you know, looking at stars and stuff. And I had just recently bought some astronomy binoculars and even some night vision stuff. I enjoy that. I don't mind a hike. Um, let's see what else. Love westerns. Yeah, yeah. I love to sit there and watch things like Gunsmoke and stuff like that. Um, let's see, DC Outdoors, all friends of Dave's are friends of mine. Well, same here, man. You probably look at the common list, and there are probably like a bunch of them. I like gardening. Oh yeah, got a bunch of old wood that we started last year, making raised bed planters on, and I worked on that for a good bit yesterday. Yeah, you like stargazing too? I just watched True Grit. Oh yeah, the original one or the more modern one? The John Wayne or what's the other Bridges? Jeff Bridges? Yeah, I think. Tell you the truth, I thought the more recent one was actually just a little bit better. Not that anything wrong with old John Wayne, Glenn Campbell. Was it Kim Darby? And I forget what's the little girl's name that was in the more recent one. I saw her not long back. I think she's getting ready to marry the quarterback for the Buffalo Bills. The Duke. All right. Okay. Yeah. I like them both. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Definitely had some phrases in the movie that have lived on for, a long time. I imagine you could probably know a few I'm talking about. And, was it supper will come and go without notice on this trip? Then there's the famous "fill your hands," bleep. uh, Haley Steinfeld, yeah, that was the girl that played Maddie in the more recent one. And Kim Darby was before. I'm sure everybody's probably heard about Gene Hackman and his wife and dog out there. Was in New Mexico? Thank goodness, man. The way the news is carrying on, they'd been gone for some time. Okay. Okay, let's try this guy over like this. I don't know whether you can tell the depth of something. And then comes the fun part of deciding how much of a flatness you want to do in the back of your spoon. Yeah, you heard about Gene? Did they say what happened? No, they haven't. Last thing I heard was they had the sheriff out there for New Mexico or Santa Fe County, whatever, and he used the words mummification. And they said the local fire department was called in and they found absolutely no sign of carbon monoxide and stuff. So might have happened. Yeah, mummification, and that's what they use at bloating and mummification. So, not a science guy. I don't know how long it takes for something like that to happen, but I would dare say that if you drop this morning, it's not going to happen by this afternoon. All right, let's see here. Yeah, it does sound awful. Yuck. I know. But he was 95, and I think she was 63. And I think the news said that the one dog that was deceased was inside of the dog house, dog carrier, crate, kennel, whatever you want to call it. And the front door, or one of the doors, was open. So, Nancy Drew, I read there was an open prescription bottle on the counter. Strange. Him, wife, and dog. Yeah, very strange. Very, very strange. He was 95 when he was found. Could have been 85, actually. Yeah. But I don't know. I would imagine sometime in the next few weeks we'll probably hear something about that. That was some crazy stuff, man. And I tell you what, the craziest thing I've seen too, this week, was that Southwest Airlines plane that almost, for lack of a better term, T-boned that little small jet. You know, but yeah, this Gene Hackman thing is definitely odd, to say the least. Yeah, very, very odd. I mean, he did a movie with Clint Eastwood, what, The Unforgiven? Was it The French Connection? Was it Popeye Doyle? Poseidon Adventure? What else? All sorts of things, I guess. Seemed like a real humble kind of a person. They interviewed, they were talking about where some little young kid walked up to him and said, "Who are you?" And he goes, "Oh, I'm probably just ice cream man." So, Hoosiers. I gotta get moving for work, dude. Awesome. Nice to see you in the shop. Love these quiet woodworking streams. Take it easy, my friend. Yes, take it easy, man. Hopefully you have a wonderful weekend, and you and your family enjoy yourselves and be safe. Yeah, I kind of like these nice quiet streams too. I really do. Oh, we had 13 people in the room. Got 11 thumbs up. I appreciate it. Yep. Nancy says Hoosiers. Yep. I'm sure there's probably a ton of them. I mean, the very first time I remember seeing him was what? French Connection? I know he was a U.S. Marine Corps veteran. And I think I saw where he was in the military way back like 1946. Something like that. Okay, let's take a look. We are coming up on about 58 minutes, and we'll get ready to say goodbye to everybody and get out here and do some work in the yard and everything, and try to get some of this mess cleaned up and work on those raised bed planters and stuff like that. So, hopefully, everybody has a wonderful weekend, and we'll do this again. And like I said, we try to do this, Monday through Friday, on and off, and, right in the vicinity of, say, 10 o'clock, 10 a.m. All right, everybody, y'all take care and enjoy yourselves, be safe, and whatnot like that. All right, y'all take care.